My name is Catherine Norton. I'm Head of Performance Nutrition with Munster Rugby. We're here today in the Clarion Hotel in Limerick. We have a game this afternoon in Thomond Park and we come to the Clarion for all of our pre-match meals. We don't like to do anything that's different or that's unusual on game day. The more predictable and the more routine it is, the better it is for the players. So I'm going to give you a quick run through of what our pre-match meal buffet looks like. So the first item we have here in the buffet for the pre-match meal are our protein containing foods. We have salmon, a nice light fish. This is oven baked and it's served in tomato sauce. We have chicken pieces which are dry stir fried. They're served in a light kind of a sauce, nothing that's too heavy. And the favourite for all of the players on our pre-match meal in the Clarion would be the turkey burgers. They always look forward to these. So with the protein containing foods we would go for nice light options, nothing that's very heavy or difficult to digest. So proteins from chicken or fish or turkey would all be the options we would go for at this stage. Where lots of people would assume that protein is extremely important for rugby players, for pre-match it's not as important, and we would place a lot more focus and emphasis on carbohydrates, which I'll talk you through when we get there. So if we move down along here, our vegetables are here. So we would have a mix of steamed seasonal vegetables. Here we have broccoli, carrots, cauliflower and beans. We'd also have a dry stir-fried mix of vegetables in another light sauce, similar to what you'd have with the chicken. No huge emphasis on vegetables today. A lot of the work for vitamins and minerals that we would have put a lot of emphasis on at other times is done, so they can have these or leave them. It doesn't really make a huge amount of difference. We're trying to accommodate lots of different preferences. So some people feel happy to have a very full meal with potatoes, wedges, turkey burgers, and others would be much happier just having snacks. So we do provide proteins in the shape of the beans, which would have carbohydrates in them as well, and also scrambled eggs. Some of the players would choose to have these in sandwiches or on toast, and that's absolutely fine. The most important aspect in our pre-match meal is the carbohydrate station that's here. So our focus really is on using high glycemic index foods. These would be examples of the white rice that we have, white pasta. The pasta would be served with a tomato-based sauce. We also have mashed potato. All of these would be good high glycemic index foods, and basically what that means is the energy that's in them is very readily available and can be digested and released very quickly for the players to use when they're playing later on. We'd also have sweet potato wedges. They enjoy these a lot. They would be a lower glycemic index food, but it doesn't really matter that it's a mixture of both high and low glycemic index on the day. So as I mentioned, the carbohydrates are the most important aspect of the pre-match meal. And when we move on along here, you can see that it's so important that we kind of let the rules slide a little bit on game day, where the players usually would be avoiding sweet things like crepes or pancakes or waffles, but on game day they're allowed to indulge in a little bit of this because we have a high requirement for carbohydrates. So they'd always look forward to pancakes or waffles. These would be served with low-fat ice creams or soft frozen yogurts and a mix of fresh fruit. So I mentioned that we have to accommodate lots of different tastes and preferences. Some of the players would be very happy to have any of the foods in a big meal, which I've described, whereas others would have much more of a preference for more frequent light snacks. For that reason, we would provide soups, and we'd also have a big variety of yogurts, rice pots, Actimel type drinks, everybody drinks. And along here you can see the players would also have options for breakfast cereals. They'd also have a large variety of breads available. We have a cold meat platter. There would be low-fat cheeses, low-fat nut spreads, marmalades, jams. All of these things are available to accommodate those players who might not have the appetite or the stomach for a very big meal. So as well as all of the requirement for food that they have, they would also be encouraged to have plenty of fluids in the pre-match phase. Teas and coffees are available. We would also have plenty of fruit juices and waters, and they'd be encouraged to ensure that they're very well hydrated to make sure that this doesn't impact negatively on any aspect of the game. So I'd like to thank Ronan for all his help in looking after us for the season.
You're welcome, no problem at all.
For the fantastic food that we have.
That was a pleasure.